And at one time, I just out of blue, I just wanted to die. Forget about all this world. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted because I'm helping so many people. I felt that it's enough already. Enough is enough. You cling onto that person, you claw onto that person, you don't allow the person to go away. If that person wants to go away, you say, oh, right, you want to, you start to, cry lah, you want to threaten this lah, that lah, you sort of do funny things. This is who I am. And one person, when they tell me I am rebellious, I say, yes, way to go, because I am rebellious. You need to be authentic. If you don't like it, rebel. But I don't ask you to go and kill people to rebel and do funny stuff. So thank you everyone for coming to this very warm, cozy, small little workshop. Some of you know me. Those who I just met also, we have gotten the chance to speak to each other. So I'm very privileged to be here to actually share about something that I'm so passionate about. Something that I wish everyone will know so that they can plan out their life moving forward. They can go and create their own life moving forward and not just living as it is, like day in, day out, just based on a routine. But I want you all to really have a life that you feel so great, so nice, that you just want to be alive every single day, because that is you. You are here because you are chosen by this universe. There is a specific purpose for you to be here. And it's not just living in a mediocre, following, conforming what everyone else is doing. Because you are you are unique. So a base of myself. Before I become a psychotherapist, I actually work in corporates. I graduated with an accounting degree, management accounting degree. So I came out, my first job is as an accounts executive, right, in a manufacturing company. And my first job starts with a very good pay. I started back in year 2000 and my first pay is $2,000. At that point of time, it's very high compared to all my peers, my friends who were just getting 1,003, 1,005, and the highest was just 1,005. So I was very lucky, and I have 3 subordinates reporting under me. So that time was all about accounting, right? And then the next job, I straight away become the head of department in just 1 year of working experience. Because of the track record that I have, I managed to overturn a lot of bad debts into green accounts, right? Having money. So based on that, people pinch me over and they want me to help them to turn the company around. So with that, right, it was a Singapore-based company in Malacca that I worked for after that. And then it was a shopping mall industry. And this is something that people do not know. Something that, except my very close friends, people do not know that I do not like to be in shopping mall. I don't like to go to shopping malls. I'm very different from other ladies. I don't like to go shopping, right? So I stay away from shopping mall. I stay away from crowded places because those days I'm very introverted. I don't like to socialize. I don't like to talk either. So that's why I choose a very quiet job to work behind the scene in accounting, right? So with the achievements that I have gotten, the executive director from Singapore actually asked me to help run the shopping mall because I've done all the turning around, right? So that was what he challenged me. I told him that I do not have any background at all in running shopping malls, right? I'm only managing numbers. So if you talk about managing malls, there are a lot of areas that we need to look at too. We look at operations, and operations that includes housekeeping, security, building maintenance, M&E, mechanical and electrical. You're talking about marketing, you're talking about leasing, you're talking about fit out, renovations, HR, stuff that I have absolutely no knowledge of. And the executive director said that go and take courses company will pay for you. Grow with us. So that's what I did. And at that point of time, the only association in Malaysia that provides such course is called PPK, Persatuan Pengurusan Kompleks Malaysia, PPK. And they have 3 wings: operations, marketing and leasing, and finance and administration. So admin, finance, administration, don't have to do that, right? Marketing, operations, you toughest. I took the toughest first. I took the operations first because numbers to me is very easy. Operationally, if you go into M&E or the mechanical stuff, people say if you are in numbers, you want to go to science, you want to go to technical stuff, no way. Especially for a lady, it was a male-dominant industry. But that's what I gotten straight away. I got it certified. I mastered that. The next thing, the thing that I do not like the most, which is marketing and leasing, got that as well. Finance, admin, sub. So after all that, certified as a center manager, and I run shopping malls. And because of the focus that I have, the way that I evaluate things, I'm very authentic with myself. I do not conform to the industry's standards, whereby women will actually go out, have beers with men, they have beers night, go hang out, network. I don't. I focus only on one thing: delivering results. What is needed by the company, what is needed from the employees, and go do that. And because of that, I was pinched from small malls like Metro Kajang, then to Submit USJ, whereby they have 3 malls, then I have to help them to look after 3 malls. Then after that, being pinched to Sunway Pyramid during their expansion. Then after that, being pinched to Kenanga Wholesale City to help them build the first hill and wholesale mall in Malaysia. And then after that, being pinched to KLCC. So each and every step that I make, it was just soaring high, and then having to achieve as part of the leadership team at a very young age. I've already gotten an international accolades, right, to recognize what I do in the industry, but I wasn't happy at all. A lot of times I was feeling very stressed, very tired, and I don't understand why. I only know that I'm extremely, extremely tired. And I was on antidepressants for more than 12 years. And every time when I see the doctor, the psychiatrist will only tell me that, you need rest. Don't work so hard. Too stressful. Go take a break. And I will ask her, is there any way that I can feel better, get better? Take a break long, right? And take your medication. But it didn't help. And it got to a point whereby I started to need to take sleeping pills as well. I couldn't sleep for no reasons. So after struggling for many, many years, I was being introduced to psychiatry, psychotherapist. Psychiatry, and one more is what you call the talk therapies, right? And they do not give any medication. They give you supplements. They say you are lack of supplements. So vitamin D, vitamin B, vitamin A. So they asked me to take all those. Again, it doesn't help. So to a point that I felt that I am so tired already, And at one time, I just out of blue, I just wanted to die. Forget about all this world. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted because I'm helping so many people. I felt that it's enough already. Enough is enough. So I just chose to commit suicide. And at that point of time, not knowing how to commit suicide is so silly, right? Because you watch so many dramas. And dramas, how you commit suicide, you go and take sleeping pills. And then that's exactly what I did. Taking loads of sleeping pills. Only to be found when I was awake in a hospital, questioned by the police. Lucky I didn't get summoned. And then, no fun. I always say, when you want to commit suicide and you get rescued, that's not so funny already, because people already know that you want to commit suicide. They will want to protect you. They will want to keep an eye on you, make sure that you are in their eyes, right? To keep you safe. So after a while, I was thinking, okay, let me just act normal. Everything is normal. Then I planned for my next attempt. And this round, I told them that I have a course in London. I have a course in London. So my family members, thinking everything is okay, think, booked. There's a course enrollment. They know that which course I'm going, where I'm staying, when am I coming back, flight tickets, everything. They all have it. No problem, all good. They didn't know that I was planning to actually end my life there. And even if they were to find out, it would be too late, way too late. In a hotel room, nobody would actually know what will happen. But somehow God is great, right? The universe is very kind. The course that I actually enrolled, it was by Marissa Peer. It was talking about uncompromised life. It was talking about how we can actually help ourselves to deal with all these depression, anxiety, and all those things. And I thought that this would be a great course. My parents, my family members, they would agree with that. Yeah, cool. So when I touched down in London and my heart was struggling, should I attend the course? Or should I just quickly do what I want to do? What I've planned. And a part of me was telling me, go attend first. If this doesn't work out, if you do not like what it is, then only do whatever that you want to do. Right? It's not too late anyway. Nobody's going to stop you. So I go there. And in that course itself, what I have realized is whatever that I'm experiencing, the stress, the exhaustion, what people have been feeding me, telling me that I need rest, it is too much of burden, too much of responsibility that I'm having. All these are just results, what I am feeling inside that is triggering that. Those are results. Those are not the causes of what I'm going through. And this is what I'm going to share with you. Why love? Why people want love so much? In a relationship, you're expecting love from the other half. As a kid, as a child, you're expecting love from your parents, from your family, from your friends, right? And even when you have your own family, you're expecting love not just from the husband, now you're expecting love from the kids as well. You wanted love, you crave for love. And why is that? And you are born as a kid, as a baby, or even when you are in a womb, as a fetus, you already feel that warmth around you, and you crave for that warmth, you crave for that love. Why? Because love provides you with food for your survival. When you are loved, when you are being attended to, when you're being cared for as a baby, as a fetus, that's how you grow, that's how you survive. If your parents doesn't love you, you will die. That's part of our brain, how it works. A part of our brain, right? In particularly at the midbrain, we have two very important components in our brain. One is amygdala, Crystal would know, amygdala, and then we have hippocampus. Amygdala is where we have all these automatic responses whereby you can't control that. It is meant to keep you survive, right? Your fight responses is all from your amygdala. Right? When you are faced with a dangerous situation, immediately you would respond to go away or to pray or to freeze, right? That is part of what it does to keep you survive. There's also one part which is called hippocampus. And this part of the brain has millions, hundreds of millions years of history. Whatever that the human being has gone through over the years, it is kept in there. How they survive over the years is kept in there. So even when we are born, right, the brain has yet to be developed, but there is this natural instinct already with us, that heartbeat, that heart within us that wants that love for survival. You only survive if you are being fed, cared, loved by your parents. As a baby, you depend on them. When you are being conditioned, nurtured in that manner, when you grow out as an adult, you are being conditioned again to crave for that love. Crave for the love of the other half. Crave for the love from your friends, from your community. and you want to be likable, lovable by people around you, by your bosses, by your colleagues, by your partners, business partners, friends, and your clients as well. That's basically that part of love that people aren't aware that they are being conditioned with since young. Now, it is time to also have a look and question the other way. As an adult, do you still need that kind of love to survive? Do you still need that love to survive? You need that? Think about it again. Do you still need it without love from your other half? If let's say you have a boyfriend, or let's say one day your husband or your wife doesn't love you anymore, can you still survive? You can, right? So if we are more conscious, if you look at things and understand exactly that love is not that important, you can actually detach away. It's just that we are conditioned. Things very, 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 very small. Sometimes even at the fetus where you are cat, mommy starts to talk to the fetus. During the pregnancy, you feel that love is so warm, you liked it, and that's why you crave for it. But as you grow up, especially when you have siblings, love becomes divided. And you will find that for those of you who have children, either your children is the most studious, the one that loves to study, the one that excels, the one that is the worst character of all. This particular child needs whacking, needs caning, needs a lot of teaching, right? Or there's one particular child which is always sick. You will find all these extremes within the children. Why? Because each of them wanted to get and fight for love. But they do not know why are they like that. It's just part of the brain, part of the instinct, their way of getting love, so that in the brain they are not aware, because it's part of the subconscious mind that is playing out, affecting them. That this is the way for them to get attention. And when they get attention, you have care, you have love. Even when you get whipped, sometimes you get punished, you still get attention, even though it's a wrong way, right? But this is how the brain acts up when we are growing, because we want that love in school and then out in the society as well. And because of love, we are not aware that we don't need that to survive anymore. We continue to be in that vicious circle. And sometimes people go ahead to do things which are against their values. Say, for example, if you go to work and because you want to be close and likable by the boss, by the superiors, start to do things that is against your values. If you have a boss that likes to drink, likes to smoke, and behind you will just swear and complain, why in the world that his smoke that he drinks is so stinko every time he opens up his mouth? I wish that he stops smoking. But you can't wish for someone to change. But here you are, you're wishing, but you want this person to like you. And if your boss asks you to go for lunch, no matter how much you hate that smell, right? Okay, let's take a bite. That is against your will. So each and every time when you have that conflict within you, you don't like it and yet you do it, you are actually utilizing the energy that you have inside to move you forward to that direction, to support you to go forward. And that's why you feel so exhausted. You are going against your values, right? But because of why? You thought that you need that love. You need to be likable. You need to be acceptable by your boss, by your colleague, by your peers. If you are surrounded by peers that are all smokers, even though you hate smokes, you force yourself to smoke. Peer pressure. And that's how you start to hate yourself, because you smoke, because internally you do not like it. Because you want to fit in, you try so much to fit in, you're putting yourself into a position that is burning off a lot of your own energy. And that's why people get very frustrated, they get very stressed, and they thought that stress is coming from relationship, from work, from family. No, it has got to do with how you feel inside. 2 days ago, I was handling a client from Jordan, sorry. He is only 19 years old. And he came to me, the father was super, super rich. He actually owns banks. He has few hotels around the world. And he has got 4 kids. And this is the youngest one, 19 years old. And in my conversation with this 19 years old, I found out that the whole family actually takes drugs because they always feel anxious. They always have anxiety issue. And for this, in particularly this youngest one, he struggled a lot more because he felt that he need to fit into his family members, fit into his friends. And I asked him, do you feel that you are not good enough? No, I feel that I'm good enough. Are your friends good to you? Yes, they are very good friends. Okay, good. So the conversation goes, and he said that he feels that he's good enough. He's okay, he's confident. But he just feels that he still needs to fit in. Now, you start to see that there is contradiction in what he says. On one hand, he said that he's good enough, everyone is good to him. But on the other hand, he said that he needs to fit in. If you're good enough, if your friends are good, they are all treating you nice, why is it that you want to fit in? Fit in what? Fit in where? Why do you need to fit in? So, a lot of times when we are conscious, right, the moment that we wake up, we run on that conscious line, we are unaware of what is running at the subconscious. And in fact, whatever we do, how we say things, how we behave, how we feel, is all run by subconscious mind. It's running up to 99% of the time. We are not aware of it, right? So for this poor young chap, as we go along the conversation, I found out that he also takes marijuana. When he go for drinking, he'll be totally blacked out. Because why? His friends are all taking marijuana. And when they drink, they go flat out. So, in the session that I have with him, when I go into his subconscious mind, and that's what I do, till I got out from the corporates, I learned going into the subconscious mind of the people. I go in there to cut whatever that is non-supportive of them in terms of their belief blocks. I change some of the things in their subconscious mind so that I can help them to create the future that they want to have, what they want to feel. So when I go into the subconscious mind, one of the particular memories that is in there that is causing him the way he feels was back when he was 12 years old, and he was actually with his cousins, 2 elder cousins, one which is of same age with him. And in that hotel room, in the balcony, they were laughing around, and they were literally showing him their Facebook accounts and how many likes that they have gotten. And they tell this poor young chap, you don't have that, you don't have that. So when I ask him how he feels, what that conversation or what that scene, that situation make him feel, he said that the first thing that he says, loser. And then very quickly, he snaps out from his subconscious, because he's between his conscious and subconscious, he quickly say, but I don't feel it that way right now. I know I'm not a loser, right? I say, close your eyes, feel what is it inside. At that point of time, when they say like that, how does that make you feel? He, at that very present moment, as a 12 years old, how you feel? I feel that I'm a loser. And what does a loser mean? When you feel like a loser, that means you are not good enough. And again, he opened his eyes. No, I'm not feeling that. He was resisting that. He doesn't want. He is in denial because of the identity that he carries, being born as a rich son of this family. He needs to feel that he's somebody. He's good enough. And that's why he quickly jump up and say, no, I'm actually good enough. I know I'm good enough and I want to do good. I say, close your eyes again, go back to the scene, be there. If you say that you're a loser, again, tell me, what does that mean to you? And that's how he started to being healed, admitting that he doesn't feel good enough, that he's a loser, that's why he needs to fit in. Because his cousins is showing him that he's getting all the likes in their Facebook and he wants to be part of that, he wants to fit in. Otherwise, he's not good enough. Not as good as his cousins, not as glamorous, not as likable like his cousins. Yeah? And we go through few events in his life that similar thing, same thing that comes up from his mouth every single time, that I'm a loser, I feel less, I'm not likable, I'm not good enough. Same thing again and again. So I went there and cut off all these things, all these unsupportive beliefs, because when you're feeling not good enough, right, you want to be good enough because you want to be likable, you want to be loved again. Because when you love, you get the affection, and again, it goes back to survival. That's part of the needs to survive. So when we cut that out, change that perception that you are no longer 12 years old. You don't need all these likes to survive. You don't need all these likes for you to know that you are likable. Things begins to shift. So that's why people all around the world, they do not know that they have conditioned to needing that love. And for those of us who have gone through difficult times with our parents, and we felt that our parents doesn't love us as much as they should. For me personally, I felt that my parents didn't love me much because between our siblings, I have one younger brother, I'm the eldest, and I have two younger sisters. So four of us, the attention has always been given to my younger brother because he's a son. And in a very customary Chinese family, right, son is the most important, right? So being the eldest as the daughter, I don't get that kind of affection. I don't get that kind of attention, no matter how good am I. So at a very young age, I thought that maybe perhaps I didn't study enough. I didn't score enough because my younger brother actually very bright. He gotten a lot of awards for his mathematics. And my mathematics is one of my poorest subjects back in school. And when I see that, I didn't know, part of my subconscious mind, now that when I look back, I know. But at that point of time when as a kid, I didn't know well of this impact. And I thought that maybe that's what I should do. I need to score in my mathematics so that my parents will actually start love me more. So I put a lot of hours to study maths. Before the school start, I have already been going through my maths, learning in advance, doing the exercises in advance so that I can excel in the class. And sure enough, I picked it up and I excelled in class, but I didn't get any of the attention in the still, right? And all this made me think that I'm not good enough. I don't deserve. I'm not needed. So, and when I go outright to work, this is exactly the same feeling that is running me, that I need to prove myself, that whatever that I do, I make sure that it is either I do my best and get the best results or I don't do. So I became a hardcore perfectionist. I put myself so much of unnecessary stress just to get everything right on the spot. Not even 1 mm away from that spot. I want to know it there and then. And that's all these things that is causing me. So all this stress, right, that I endure, I put it onto myself, is due to that same belief that I am not good enough. That's why I want that love from my parents, from my family, from my colleagues, from everyone else, right? So that's why I want you all to start to reflect back in your life. How does this affect you? What is it that you're currently doing? What are the kind of stress that you are going through? Are you pushing yourself to the point, all those unnecessary stress that you put onto yourself? Why? Ask yourself why. Yeah. So if now that I'm okay already, detached with all these beliefs already, I'm fixed in my mind, right? So someone else If you want your parents to love you right now, how do you want them to love you right now? Do you want them to move into your house right now, to give you hugs every single day? I love you so much. As an adult, I love you so much. I cook for you, I wash for you, do this, do that. Do you want that? Do you want your parents to say, no, please, no, right? So, you see, love is of very, very different definition right now as compared to when you are small. So we need to detach ourselves from it. Look at it from a very, very different perspective. Understand why is it that you need that love so much? Is it really that important? Does it make you survive? Or can you survive all good by yourself? Right? Everything starts from within. If you feel that you are good enough, you know that people love you, you are okay with that. But if inside is empty, you are feeling that you are not good enough. And that's why you start to crave. And that's where all the problems start to happen. You start to cling. You cling onto that person. You claw onto that person. You don't allow the person to go away. If that person wants to go away, you say, oh, right. You want to, you start to, cry lah. You want to threaten this lah, that lah. You start to do funny things, which in the end, you make people stay away from you further. Yeah? So start to understand why. Why is that you are craving for that love? Understand yourself first. Work on that one first. Okay? This is the worldview that I just mentioned. How we see the world, how we project certain things in the world is because of the beliefs that we have when we start growing up. The beliefs that has already been conditioned in us when we are very, very small. Just like the recent talk when I gave in the Women's Economic Forum, yeah. In school, you were conditioned to conform. Even at home, sometimes you were conditioned to conform. Conform to who? To the person who has the authority. Who has the authority in the family? Your parents, the guardian, right? The grandparents, people who are elder than you. So in school, who are the person that you need to conform? The teachers, the disciplinary teacher, the headmaster, the headmistress. These are the people who has the authority when we are very, very small, when we're very, very young. And you need to start to conform to what? To their standard. You need to conform to their expectation. The answers that you give must conform to what they want to hear. Otherwise, you get punished. And you are being conditioned in that environment every single day for 12 years, 18 years, 20 years. When you come out to work, you are so used to conforming. When you work, you start conforming to what your boss wanted, what the organization wanted you to do. You just follow. Even though your heart is screaming, wanting to exploding, no, I don't want to do that. No, I hate this. No. But you still continue doing that. It's where you start to feel all this exhaustion, stress comes in. It's all from inside, yeah. So now I want you all to start to think about one of the biggest challenges that you have right now in your life, that you are struggling most, whether it is within the family, within your workplace, within your own business, within your relationship. What is it that you're struggling with? Think about that. Then start to look inwards. You can close your eyes so that you can stop all this distraction that is around you, so that you can start to tune into yourself. Ask yourself, why are you so tired? Why is the problem surfacing? What is the feeling or what is the belief that you have? Whose voice is ringing in your head? Voice is the loudest in your head. What is this person saying? Sometimes you may hear the voice of your dad, your mom, your grandfather, or sometimes even your loved ones. The person that affects you the most. That's the voice that you have inside. Listen to what this person is saying inside you. How is it impacting you? Now open your eyes. Is that true? That voice? Is that is what this person saying true? And it's now it's time for you to ask yourself, is what this person say true? Challenge yourself to look outwards. You find examples that is contradictory to what this person has said. And sometimes this person may have passed away as well. Does this person, what he says, still hold strongly now? Is it still applicable? Those days, back in those days, if you're still hearing those words as a child, those days when you are very helpless, you need them, you depend on them, you have no choice because you are a young kid. But right now, you are an adult. You have a choice. You're no longer helpless. You have that help, that support, the resources, every single thing that you did not have back then, you have it right now. So challenge that. Stop that voice. Change that voice. That's how you maneuver and being more aware what you feel, how you feel, and what are you going to do about it so that you can literally change the way you behave, the way you live forward. When you make your decision, when you make that decision, is it yourself, your intended, what you want to do, or because of that voice that has been telling you, instructing you, commanding you, right? That awareness is very, very critical. This is how I dare you, right? If you want to change your life, if you want to step up, step out, speak up, you need to be daring too. D says for dare. You need to challenge yourself, challenge the ecosystem, challenge the people who has telling you this and that. Sometimes you also need to challenge yourself. Look inwards, like I say, the beliefs that you have. Is that true? Is it still valid? Is it still serving you? Right? Dare to ask, dare to challenge. Don't just conform, not just follow. This is your life. You are meant to be unique. Nobody else is the same as you. So why should you conform? Why are you fitting yourself into a box where you can be free? AIR stands for authentic, being your real self, who you are naturally, right? I've never felt as free as I am after I came back from London, after my mind was changed, after that subconscious belief was being removed. Because now I dare to step out, I dare to voice out, I dare to share, I challenge. This is who I am. And one person, when they tell me I am rebellious, I say, yes, way to go, because I am rebellious. You need to be authentic. If you don't like it, rebel. But I don't ask you to go and, kill people to rebel and do funny stuff. Rebel in a proper manner, right? If it's not you, that's not me. If you don't like it, say you don't like it. Now, a lot of times when I ask people, what is it that you want? What is it that you want? And they start telling me things that they don't want. I said, so what is it that you want to achieve in your life? I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to be controlled. Okay, you don't want that. What is it that you want? What you want, right? Be authentic. Don't just say what you don't want. Think of a positive way. What is it that you want? Be authentic. Tell, what is it that you want? I want more time. I want more time for myself. I need my space. I need my time off. I need to be with myself. I need to be with my kids. I want my time with my parents. I want this, I want that. Say, what is it that you want? I want to go out with my friends. Go. Say. Not just because I have a spouse which is very controlling. If I go out, he doesn't feel secure. He doesn't feel good. He doesn't feel happy. That's his problem. Deal with that. It's not my problem to make you feel good. We can discuss. We can find a solution for it. But it's not my responsibility to make you feel happy and I'm unhappy, right? You've got to stay authentic to yourself. Reflect what is going on within you. Reflect, why am I triggered? Why is it that when somebody says something, I get triggered, I get angry, I get sad? Why am I feeling that? That emotion is telling you something about yourself. So you need to be aware, what is it? And only you will be able to cut that cord from continue to go on circle, go on and repeat again and again. You continuously get triggered again and again. Each and every time you face this person, you have that emotion again. You need to cut it. What's the trigger? So it's telling you to address that problem. Emotion is there to help you to identify there's something that you need to work on, either with yourself or with the person that you are communicating with. Yeah? And then E, express. 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 Right? If you're feeling sad, express. Share. I'm feeling sad. It's okay. It doesn't matter whether you are a woman or a man. It's okay to share, to feel, to express. Since all of you are Chinese, like men, they grow up with that word, 流血不流淚. Boys don't cry. You rather bleed than to cry because you have such ego, that identity. Suck it up. You are a man. Suck it up. Face it. Go handle it. Wait, I'm also human, right? You're still human, There are times of weaknesses. It's okay. Yeah? Professional women, like how I used to be. When I feel depressed, when I feel sad, suck it up. Because why? You are a leader. You are a leader. Why? Leader 唔要攰嘅. Leader won't feel tired. What is it? We are made of steel. We are made of iron. We are made of superwoman. It's not true. Kill human being. There are times where you feel that I'm very tired, and it's okay to say I'm very tired, and you need rest, right? It's okay to feel sad, right? When I'm emotional because something happened in my life, when last year when my first kid passed away, and even when I think of it right now, I still feel it. I still feel that pain. And it's okay. I'm a leader. I'm someone up there. But this is me. I feel that pain because I'm human. Man, I still feel that, I wish that I knew that my first kid was going so much pain so that I can bring him, I can stop that pain from him. Sometimes I do blame myself, right? How come I didn't know? Why, as a mommy to my first kid, I didn't know that he was going through pain, right? And there are so many people who told me that you have done so much. You're so good to your first kid. You love him so well. You brought him the best. You shouldn't blame yourself. Well, this is who I am. I still feel that pain. And even now, it's past more than 9 months already. I still feel that pain when I speak about my first kid. I'm admitting it because I am a human being, and it's completely okay. Even for a man, my other half, when we speak about our first kid, he still gets teary as well. And then we encourage each other, and then he will, of course, being a man, right? One tear is already a lot. For him, one tear is a lot. And you shouldn't say, hey, why man, why you cry? Right? They never say that, right? So I say, and then he will want to faster quickly keep it, right? Wipe it and say, he's in a very happy plane right now. He's all good, with other dogs running out there. He's free from pain. He's in a good space. And that's how he make me feel better. But I should also say things like, yeah, I believe so. So we must know that he's in good space, encourage each other instead of saying, hey man, why you cry? I thought men don't cry. We don't say such things because we want to encourage them to also feel and express. So it's okay to express your excitement, your fear. I have fear of what is going to happen. I'm uncomfortable with this situation. I'm worried about my kids. I'm worried about us as a boss. I'm worried about the future of the company. Because when you express, you have people to come in to support you, to help you, to get it through together, rather than you yourself alone. When you share that out, yeah? So I dare you to be yourself, to speak up, to express, to voice out. Be that voice. Say it out, right? But of course, most important thing, know what you want. What is it that you want? What is it that makes your heart sing, makes you dance, make you laugh, make you feel alive, make you feel it sparks, right? People can feel that from you when you have that spark in life. When you speak, people feel you because that's part of your energy. But if you do not have that, it means that your energy level is very low. You do not have that spark, and that's why you feel so tired, so exhausted. And that's something that you need to mend inside. You start to look inwards. What's missing inside? When you do not have something, you can't give. You can't love someone if you do not know how to love yourself. If you do not know how to lead yourself, don't talk about leading others. If you do not know how to care about yourself, stop talking about caring other people. You will just get so exhausted because you don't know how to care for yourself. You don't know how to love yourself. Yeah, a huge difference between selfish and self-love. Self-love because you love yourself so that you can love others, you can give more to others. Selfish is not about others, it's just about me only. I don't care whether you die or whatever, this is about me. That is selfish. But I need to do this so that I can help you. That is self-love. You have the intention of other people around you. That's self-love. Because there are questions that have been asked before, and they ask me, isn't self-love selfish? No, right? And sometimes I feel sad because that has been conditioned by certain religion as well. You shouldn't be loving yourself. You should love who first? You should love who first, not yourself. No, that shouldn't be. If you don't know how to love yourself, you don't know how to take care of yourself, how are you supposed to take care of others, right? So with that, I conclude my talk. Question and answer.
First of all, thank you so much, Fu-En, for the very insightful presentation. That was very inspiring. I have one question. Stress, as you mentioned, stress, anxiety, depression is very prevalent, especially in our society. And with the rise of social media, we are always, every day, we're always looking at our phones and comparing one another, whether it's our social status, our career, financial status, and all these kinds of stuff. And a lot of people have come up to me with the same problem. They say they're stressed about this, about that, always comparing themselves. But I think the root of the issue here is because of a sense of unworthiness or feeling not enough.
Yes.
But all of these facades or all of these, like mirrors, they are just enhancing that feeling of unworthiness that we already have inside. So if someone were to come up to you with that problem, how would you advise them?
There are two ways of looking at the environment and ourselves. You can't stop what is going on around you. You can't stop what is happening in Facebook. You can't stop all these big companies introducing new apps, social media, news, advertisement, whatever that is happening around us. And these are the things exactly that is going to make you feel less worthy. And you're not good enough. You're not pretty enough. Not langzai enough. Not smelling good enough. Not thin enough. Not fit enough. Not likable enough. Because then you start to look at how many likes you have, how many love you have. As compared to your peers, I say, how come this person have gotten so much likes? I don't have so much likes, right? You start comparing. You can't stop what everyone is doing, but you can definitely start to be aware of what is going on and stop all these things from affecting you. And of course, one thing is for you to really start to wanting to mend that part that you can feel good enough is for you to work with yourself first. What is causing you that not good enough? And I can guarantee you 100% of the time it goes all the way back to the childhood, what you have gone through. So you really have to look back. What is it that you have gone through as a kid that impacted you the most, that has somehow traumatized you or give you that feeling that you don't deserve, you're less worthy, that you are not good enough? And jump up from that. Tell yourself you're not that small kids anymore. You're not that helpless young kid anymore. You are grown up. You have people who love you, like you, support you. You don't need everyone to love you. You don't need everyone to agree with you because everyone has their own thoughts, things, backgrounds, cultures, their way of thinking. What is affect them? What is their own values as well? But what resonates with him first? So you want to compare and let the environment influence you, give you that unnecessary pressure to perform to their expectations and conform to them, then you're killing yourself. Who are you kidding? You're kidding yourself. Not kidding them, you're kidding yourself. So that's exactly the message that you want to share with them. You can't stop what is going on around you. Can't stop that. Not unless every single one of us, every single one out there comes hand in hand and say that enough is enough. Thank you for all these things. I'm good as I am. I'm not affected. Whether the brands, the status, the titles, the positions, yeah, you can stop that right now as well. You can affect the environment if it's only 1, 2, 3 of us doing that. If you share that, do it long enough, people will start to be aware. This is what has been going on. They have been conditioned day in, day out, every second of the day. Not enough with the advertisement, not enough with the media, with the radio, with the TV. Now they have all these social medias. You are being conditioned all the time to start asking yourself, are you conforming to their standard or are you being you? Frank, did I answer your question?
Yeah. I have another follow-up to that.
Yes.
So, what's the next best step to take? Any actionable plans? I think what you mentioned is almost like deep introspection, journaling.
Yeah. Retrospect, yes. We need to look inwards, yes.
I mean, but because this thing is a very deep-seated issue, insecurities in childhood, I think there's a lot of healing to do as well in that. So, what do you have to say about that? Suggestions?
As I mentioned earlier, this has got to do with who we are, right? If you yourself aren't healed, you do not know who you are, it's very difficult for you to manage what is going on around us, and you get affected day in, day out by other people, by the environment, by whatever that is going on around us. When we do the journaling, the looking inwards thing, the reflection part, it is so crucial to actually know what causes this way. That's one thing of looking at it. Another way to actually help us to rephrase on how we look at the world is start practicing gratitude. Start the day and end the day with gratitude. When we start the day, like when I wake up, I will start to think about what am I grateful for the day, for who I am, for the love that I have, for the care that I have, for the opportunities that I have, for the networks that I have. Every single day, you can be grateful for everything, anything at all. But at the end of the day, before I sleep, I take it a level higher. I will go through the day, what has happened for the entire day, and be grateful for each of the things. Good things, be grateful for it. Bad things, be grateful for it, because now you have learned something, that it didn't get worse, that I've got to see this person, who this person is, real person is, that I've learned this, that I've learned a lot of new stuff, right? That it didn't get worse. So it conditions your mind to shift, to also detach away from the things which affects us, so that when you do it long enough, right, you wouldn't be so affected by negative things things that goes wrong, things that didn't go as planned. You will tend to be able to accept it and go with the flow. Some people, they are not that good in reflecting inwards, but they can definitely practice gratitude, and this will help to rewire the brain.
So
Yeah. Any other questions? Yes, Irvin.
Talking about the time say about conform. There's a fine line in corporate world, so we're supposed to find we are respecting what has been set up or respecting the leaders also. So there is always a dilemma in getting these two right.
Conform is when you know that it is not right yet and you go and follow. Respect is you know that it's there and I do it because I know. That's a fine thin line. But respect is also where you can share out things like, this is good, can we improve on it? Can we tweak on it? Then we look at all these systems. Who said it? Who said you must do this? When was this being done? When was this being set? Why is it being set? Ask these questions. When you understand that system, right, then you will know, is it time to change? Is it appropriate to actually tweak it already? Because things exist for a reason. So if we know the reason and we know that it is time to change, then it's easy for us to influence that change, right? It's just like when you cook something, your mom tells you this is the way of cooking this, and you say, who said that? Say, oh, grandma says that. And who told grandma to do that? Great grandma told her to do like that. Who told great grandma to do like that? The great grandmother told her to do that. Why? Now it's so modern, so sophisticated. I can use machine. Why you still want to do so difficult way, right? So unless you understand why, because those days you need to get the flavor out. This is how we do. I still can do it this way. I still can get that flavor out. Why should I still need to do this? So it's easier when you know the reason and you can have that dialogue with that person, right? But you must understand, when was this being said? Was this like umpteen years back, right? Now things have changed, things have shifted. Technology has made it so advanced. There are things that we can change, but you must know the reason why now. So respect, conform is different. Conform, you just blindly follow. You don't like it, also you follow. You don't know the reason you follow. That's conform. But respect is when you know all these things and you choose to follow because it is still valid, it's still applicable. But if it needs to be changed, you will start to voice out and ask, can we actually have a change? Because this, right? So there's a fine line between that. Answer the question?
And follow up with that, right? Let's say now I'm dealing with family. So right now I'm using the way of like telling my kids how to do this, but they are not mature enough or have not grown up to ask questions of those things, right? Or are they like conforming, or are they respecting me as a so-called authority in the family? So how to deal with that? I'm a dilemma sometimes. Like, should I use this way or how?
Part of the parents' challenges nowadays, should I not, right? Go back to the question of first ask, why are you doing this? Are you doing this because your parents did this? Or because you know that there is good in it? Or because you have already been conditioned previously to be like that, right? Thing is to have that conversation with the kid. Be very honest with them. What do you feel? How do you see me? You take this instruction because you have no choice, or because I say so, or because you want to do it. So it's also a matter of how you tell your kids, right? You're telling them, go do this, or else you get this, right? Then you have no choice, then they confirm, you know? But if you word it in a way that, why don't you do this? Why don't you do it in a different way and see what's the outcome? That is giving them that experience. Let them expose them and experience that and see how it feels and open up their perspective. That is not conforming. Sorry. Yeah? So that's very different, right? So it depends on how you communicate with the kids, the tone of it, the way you are saying it, and are you encouraging them to explore, or you're just telling them, tell and encourage. It's two very different ways of communicating, right? Even as a friend, a spouse, a boss, a subordinate, the way that we communicate makes a lot of difference. It's the things that come out from your mouth, the way that you say it, people perceive it when they hear it, it's very different. Yeah, although the intention may be the same.